Hi, I'm Becky from Dot to Dot Studio.
And I'm Sarah from It's So Kotoko.
Shall we start by talking about the fabulousness that is before us?
Oh, I've made them and I loved making them. They took a while, but I've just loved the detail in these. They're absolutely lovely. This is the Nina Lee Piccadilly Pyjamas and
So many nice details. Do they do a long-legged version as well?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So just to show you, in case you're unfamiliar, that's the Nina Lee Piccadilly Pyjamas. So you can see there's either the shorts version for summer or the longer version, which you want to have a go in brushed cotton, don't you?
Oh, I think that'd be so nice, like a tartan.
Yeah.
I just think with the binding, and then you could have a velvet tie. Not that it really matters, what your tie is made from, but velvet.
Or even velvet trim, all of it. Oh,
I wouldn't want to cut it on the bias.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Do they do a bias tape?
No, somebody, right, listen to this, my suppliers. You need to make bias binding in velvet. We would buy it. Be really good, wouldn't it? Although it does walk, though. Anyway.
So.
But yeah, for winter, brushed cotton in tartan.
Yeah.
With velvet trims. Oh, be gorgeous.
Just
but
amazing.
Anyway, your pyjamas.
So I kind of went to town. I originally saw this fabric. We have spoken about this fabric and these pyjamas while I was making them. So what we'll do is we'll just put a link in the descriptions box and then to that video. So if you want to go back and have a little more, we spoke a lot more about all different types of fabrics. I've got a couple of fabrics that I'd just like to show you a bit later on, which would work well with this. But Becky encouraged me to actually go ahead and do all of the bias tape, but in silk, just to add a real luxury.
Well, the colour was just the most perfect match. This coral silk is just divine. It's actually not on the website. If anyone's interested, you'll need to DM us. But this silk just picked out the colour perfectly, and none of the other pre-made bias bindings came close in colour. No. So yeah, I said Sarah really should get half a metre of this, make her own bias binding, and then use it for the buttons and everything.
Literally everything. Yeah. And I've done French seams everywhere, so all of my seams are French seams, so everything's done there, even to the point where I didn't just even want to overlock the inside of these button plackets. The button plackets. So actually even went as far as would you just call that
bias binding?
Yeah, that's sort of like Hong Kong binding. Is that?
I don't know if you did Hong Kong binding. Did I? I think no. That is actually bias bound.
No, literally just bias bound. So yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, but I was just like, I wonder if that's a Hong Kong one. I wonder if I did that. You'll have to teach me that. We've never done a Hong Kong binding. And all of the buttons. We'll pop a video of me wearing this so you can see the whole outfit, and then we'll video a little bit about the buttons and all the details so you can see those close up.
So here is Sarah in her gorgeous pyjamas. These are the Nina Lee Piccadilly pyjamas, and they've got some really gorgeous details. So it's got a curved hem, which is bias bound, and these V-shaped curved pockets, again bias bound. And Sarah's gone the extra mile and put self-covered buttons in with this silk crepe de chine covered button with little gold eyelets, which is just a divine touch, I think.
That was that, and I made a waist tie as well, so made that to match in
the same silk.
Yeah.
And now, didn't we do a little alteration onto the sleeves?
Oh, the sleeves we did.
So the original pattern featured sleeves that were gathered all the way along this section, and when they were finished, Sarah just found them a little bit restrictive, unnecessarily so for pyjamas. So we've undone the gathers, painstakingly cut some new bias binding, and reapplied it just flat, and then done a little box pleat afterwards, which could then be adapted if once it was worn for a little while became apparent that it needed to be bigger or smaller. So those were the alterations.
I made a standard size 12 and the pattern seems to fit me really, really well. So
yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I think you'll agree.
Love the make. Because I'm not really a fan of elastic, I'm really not a fan. I just don't like how it feels inside. I use some of your boxer short.
Yes.
I'll
elastic.
just go and grab that actually. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I can't stress how soft and lovely and sort of like movable. That's the only way I can describe it, sort of like movable it is. but it just lays really, really flat, and it just doesn't feel like elastic. I can't quite describe it, but it just doesn't feel like it's yanking you in. So yeah, this is it.
I've actually got this in some new colours as well, which I haven't photographed yet, so hopefully I'll have a chance to do that before this video goes live. This is the boxer short elastic. It's double-sided plush elastic. It's just a really nice soft elastic.
So soft, and as you stretch it, it stretches sort of straight away. I know that sounds really
it's not firm, is it?
It's not firm, so you'd have to make this almost what size you want it on your waist. You know, like other ones, you know, you have to go like super
well
tight.
It's designed for boxer shorts.
Yeah, so it just,
to be worn
it just
directly
sits.
into the
So
skin.
I don't like to have anything that actually pulls me in. I'd like things to sit like just gently.
Yeah.
And that's what these do. They sit exactly
so you've
how I want
enclosed the
them.
elastic on this one.
Yes.
But you could use this because it comes in all the colours as well.
Of course.
You actually, for underwear, you would attach this directly onto the edge of the fabric.
Yes.
So you'd stretch the boxer short elastic slightly to fit, and then zigzag stitch that on.
Yeah.
But it is nice and soft. It is designed to be.
Yeah.
And it comes in quite a few colours. I've also got it coming in. I've got it in a sort of peachy colour, a periwinkle blue, an olive green, which, yeah, like I say, hopefully I'll have photographed before this video goes out. But we've got it in the red, the royal blue. That's the charcoal grey, which I think is what you actually
we use
used
charcoal
inside.
grey in here.
It's really quite silky, actually. The
Yes,
charcoal
it's-
grey, I think, is the silkiest.
And what we did, this was slightly too wide for the channel that I'd already made, so just straight on the overlocker, we just took it straight down, and it handled so well, didn't it? It just went from being a wider one. So if the width wasn't exactly as you wanted it, just literally popped down on the overlocker. The overlocker handled it really nicely. So, and made that. So yeah, that's this. I don't know if there's any other detail. We were going to talk about, or we mentioned when I made the sleeves, they were, this little area here was all gathered. I don't know if Becky might be able to show you on there. It's all actually gathered in, and it was just a little bit too tight. I felt really restricted. I couldn't bring my arm forward like this. So there we go. Becky's going to show you a little bit on the pattern there. And it just didn't seem to work for me. Yet Louise, who made them, they fitted her perfectly. So I don't know. Again, I have got very broad back. I just wonder if just something, or maybe I didn't
Also,
make
if
them
you've
right.
been wearing something stretchy and then you put something woven on, it does feel
A
restrictive.
bit restrictive. So we, Becky, decided I was just going to make some more bias tape and then just go around. And then it was kind of, they'd lost their really pretty shape. So I was a bit disappointed
They
after
sort of
having
stuck
spent.
out a bit
They did.
as well.
It flapped
They
out.
needed just pinching
Bringing
in.
So Becky saved the day. She goes, no, they're not broken, they're not ruined. She said, just come here a minute. And she did a little little box pleat and a little bit with a pin, and went, there you go. I was just like, save the day. So I absolutely love them. Megan came over the other night. We
Did you have a pyjama party?
We did. We had our little pyjama party, and we were doing the copy your clothes pattern, a workshop, and so she stayed over on the Saturday night in between classes. So yes, so
If you follow us
got
on
all of that.
Instagram, you might have met Megan's pyjamas already.
Oh yes, they've been on a
featured
few
two or three
times.
times.
What have they featured? They featured how to put a button on.
Yeah.
How to fix a hole after you.
There was a little accident with the
you've,
overlocker.
snagged it with the overlocker. Oh, and there was something else. There have been three things anyway. You'll have to have a little look on Instagram.
Yeah.
But there were, yes. Or it might even just actually been her finished and her
That's
looking
right.
really happy.
And I grabbed
she
one
just-
of the teddies, but we haven't
it
had
was-
knocking around in the studio.
Yes, so
So she looks very cute with that.
very nice of those. So I think I'm going to have to, after this, I want a photograph with said teddy, and then I want to go on Instagram as well, if that's all right, please. So really that's my make this time. But this fabric is also it's an identical fabric, and you can see this just works so well, especially with this kind
Yeah, it's
of
very lightweight cotton lawn.
it's really
It's a
beautiful.
similar quality to a Liberty lawn. It's not quite as densely woven as a Liberty lawn, but it's the same kind of weight. So this is from the same collection.
Yeah,
this one's
absolutely beautiful. I don't know what it's called, what its sort of name is.
This has just got a code on the end. That won't
that won't tell. But that's we'll make sure there's a link to this down the bottom. And then this one I just fell in love with. Did you say it was Lady McElroy?
It's a Lady McElroy fabric.
I think any of her fabrics, I just love them. But this in particular, I'm eyeing up making this as a long, with the longer legs.
Yeah.
I'm just really.
Which
eyeing
colour
this
would you pick out on this
up. For the
binding?
I'd like to be brave and say I'd pick out the bright, but I don't think I would. I think I'd pick out the really dark. That it's
sort of charcoal.
It's not quite black. I really don't do black.
It's very, very inky colour.
But it's. I think that's it, isn't it? It's inky would be and I think I would have to pick out the ink. I think that would be, for me, that would be the classy bit. But I think if I was braver, I'd pick out the lime green. But I know me too well. And I think I'd wish I'd gone, not on this one. This one I wanted the bright because I think it can take. I don't know. I could talk. Do you know what? I think I'd actually have to have a look. I'd have to have a look at some of the silks. I don't think I could ever do this in anything other than silk now. I think Becky's just converted me, and it's just I don't think I could go and get something on a reel, as it were, already. But absolutely love these and think these would make an amazing.
Right, expect to see you wearing these then by Christmas.
Okay. There we go. Maybe we should do a Christmas, because it is technically Christmassy because it's green. So if I wore a Santa hat, maybe I could get away with it. Maybe we should do a Christmas pyjama party vlog.
Yes, I was going to say we probably can't do a class. It'd probably be too cold.
Yes. I think
class.
But I reckon
this pattern. Anyway, I've been so inspired by Sarah's Pyjamas. I love them so much, and I'd suddenly realised that I don't know if I'd mentioned I'm going on holiday to Australia, but I don't have any kind of beach shorts, and I thought those would be the most perfect thing to wear as beach shorts. So I actually made a pair. Ta-da! Here's some I made earlier, and these are a cotton and rayon mix, this fabric, which I thought would dry really quickly, so it's quite a loosely woven fabric. This actually was the last of the roll, so I've used this up. I'm really sorry, but we have got a couple of fabrics like this on the website, including that one, which is another cotton rayon mix, which my dad has a shirt made in this. It looks so lovely as a shirt. Someone else has made a sort of beach, or a whole suit actually out of this, so a co-ords rather than a suit. So trousers and a t-shirt, and she's cut the t-shirt on the bias so that you get a kind of chevron effect going down through the middle. It really works. So this is the same weight as this, and if there are any others, we'll put them in the link below as well. I did use a ready to use bias binding, ready-made bias binding, and I've actually done a little video on how to get your bias binding in the perfect curve to go around the corners, which there will be a link to below, so you'll be able to find that little video on our website. Don't think I'm clever enough to put it in this video, so you'll find it there. Sarah also gave me one of her little labels there, which has a koala bear, and it says I'm thinking about sewing. I'm probably thinking about sewing, which is appropriate because I'm going to Australia. Did I mention I'm going to Australia? So these are my beach shorts. They will hopefully feature in my holiday photographs, and I've actually cut them out again because I like them so much. And I've used the same. I've got the same bias binding. So this fabric, which is again another one of these.
That's really nice.
Another one of these.
You see, that's more my colourway. That fabric.
Mine.
No, that's mine. That fabric is my colourway.
My colourway.
Mine. And mine.
Anyway, so I'm going to use the same bias binding because it goes really well. And I've got a piece of linen that I'm going to make myself a beach shirt, which will go with then both pairs of shorts. So, but there is, like I say, little video showing you how to get the perfect curve in your bias binding, which is really useful for this particular pattern. Yeah, sorry, really enjoyed seeing those shorts come together, so I made some of my own. I've also made something else this week.
Oh, it was your white top.
My white top, it's not quite finished. I was stalking the internet, I think it was last Wednesday, and someone who I follow popped up, and she was wearing the most gorgeous top, and I believe it was the Quilla by Fibre Mood. In my total impatience and lack of printing skills, I decided I didn't even want to do a PDF, and I knew I'd end up altering the pattern quite a bit myself anyway, because I just can't ever make anything straight from the pattern. So I drafted one myself, but I think if you want this effect, this top, if you buy the Fibre Mood Quilla, which we don't stock, but I'm sure lots of people stock that, but this is a really cute top. I don't know how much the original pattern would have looked just like this. Should I just pop it on?
Yeah.
It's not finished. You can see I haven't even tied in the ends of these threads, but I'll just step off. I am off screen.
You're off screen. Yeah, you're safe. But yeah, so you made that one out of a double gauze, haven't you?
This is double gauze.
Yeah.
And
oh, it's really sweet.
It's really cute,
Really pretty.
really airy. I mean, if it was a very windy day, I probably wouldn't wear it because I don't really want everyone seeing my bra when I'm walking down the street. But I thought it was a really sweet thing for Australia.
Oh gosh, Australia! Again,
I don't know if I've mentioned it. But I'm going to make this in a plain viscose as well because I think it would just be really useful, especially with high-waisted. She looks quite nice with this skirt.
It does actually. It works really well with that.
I've got a few skirts like this. So yeah, this.
I'm sure you had a viscose which has got embroidery down the bottom. You know,
so yeah, this is a very
you could actually finish
boxy shape here. I've got a couple of other fabrics that I think would work really nicely for this. There's only a little tiny bit of this left, but I think that wide stripe would look really stunning. And
that
because
goes with your skirt as well.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh, might not be any bit left by the time this video goes out. Because it's got panels in the side, you can actually play with the extra piece of fabric there. And that panel is certainly in the way I drew it, just a straightforward rectangle. So you could have your stripes going sideways up the side and then the stripes going down at the front. So there's that. Yeah, this is a linen and rayon mix, which has a really nice drape to it.
That does feel nice.
It's really nice,
it's
isn't
soft.
it? Yeah,
it's really soft.
So that would look lovely, I think, in this top. And also because of the squareness of the hem, I think something like this would work really well. So this fabric
that's the one I was thinking of. I must have just seen it out because I was thinking I'm sure you had one, and use that as that out hem.
You could use that as the border all the way around the bottom, which would be really sweet. With this kind of border hem, you have to know exactly what length you want your garment to be before you start cutting out, because you can't tweak it afterwards. If you do tweak it, you have to tweak it from the top, which is then quite complicated. So I would definitely recommend making it in something plain before you cut it out from a border print. That goes with all border prints. But this one I think would look really sweet. This goes with my skirt too.
It does.
This skirt goes with everything. I've had this for years, like literally 20 or maybe 25 years. In fact, it even has where I've mended it, where I sat once in the car on the way to somewhere sewing what I was going to wear and then went through the skirt with an unpicker. It's like archaeology, my wardrobe. So that
I
fabric,
it's still there. I like that it's lovingly repaired.
Yeah. Love worn, I think they call it, don't they?
That's the one.
Love worn. So that I think would work really well. And also, I mean, we've got so many double gauze fabrics on the website. There's probably about 25 plain coloured double gauzes and lots of prints as well. This would work really nicely. This is a double gauze, this gingham double gauze, and it's double-sided, so you could go for like the bold print here, the larger scale here and then the smaller scale at the side, or vice versa. I think that would be really nice. It might even end up being on my makes list as well. Although you do this as well, don't you? You have like, I'm going to make this next.
Do this thing. And then something else comes in, or a new bit of fabric, and I'm like,
last Wednesday, I'd never even heard of this top, and now I have to have at least 12. So this leapfrogged everything else in my queue. Anyway, actually apart from the hem, I have finished it. So I think there's a few different ideas for what you could make this top, this little boxy top. So those are them. And I don't know if I mentioned that I'm going on holiday. I'm really sorry.
You're going to Australia?
Yeah, how did you know?
Oh my god!
I'm going to make a beach bag.
Yeah.
This fabric has been taunting me for ages. And it's not something that I would necessarily be able to wear. I'm a bit old for this kind of conversational print, and it's not really my colours to wear. How cute is that? Those little people sunning themselves on the beach. So, and there's a sausage dog.
Oh, maybe I'll have to have it.
You need to have it too. Look, there's a little sausage dog. It's got his own. I've got his own suntan. Oh. Anyway, this fabric I think would be perfect for lining a beach bag. So I've got this gorgeous turquoise denim, and I haven't got a pattern for this. I was going to just make it up. I'm basically going to lay out all the things I need to take with me to the beach, and then work out how big the bag needs to be, and then ask Rowan if he can carry it.
Yeah,
because my bag's bad. So that is the denim I'm going to use. I'll put a link to this as well, as if you're interested. It's a slightly stretchy denim, which obviously it doesn't need to be for a bag, but I just thought those colours look great together. And I haven't decided yet whether I'll make it that way out or that way out.
You know what way I'm going to pick, don't you?
The softer way?
No,
the
the brighter
brighter way.
Yeah, the brighter way.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
because I think
that's up on my list.
because I think if it's going to be in Australia on the beach in the light, we know that denim
It can
fades in the
fade.
light.
Yeah.
So if that then faded,
It would be,
too
yeah,
pale?
it'd be a bit washed
so I
out.
think I'd start with that.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then end up-
worst case, it'll end up with that.
Yeah.
And what colour straps are you going to have?
Well, I don't know, because if this is on the outside, this is going to go really well with my shorts.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
look.
Maybe look. You need to do some maybe pinky straps.
Maybe pink straps. Yeah,
Or
pink
even-
would be good.
Pink, or even that green. That green's kind of cool for a bit more sedate. But I like that pink. I like
Sedate?
hot pink. Hot pink. It's holiday.
Hot pink. It's got to be hot pink. So next time we speak, maybe I'll have made a beach bag as well. But that's firmly on the top of my list, waiting to be leapfrogged by the next thing that I find when I'm looking at internet in the evenings.
Oh,
Okay,
that's really
well,
nice.
We should
There we go
probably,
again.
yeah, that's it. We should probably wrap up. It's been
Perfect.
lovely
Yeah.
to see you again.
And you?
And your
I
gorgeous
know,
pyjamas.
my lovely pyjamas. I'm off working in Amsterdam this weekend, and the whole reason I made them was so that when I go and run an event,
Yeah.
I now have lovely pyjamas to take with me wherever I go. So should there
In
be
case there's a fire drill
should
in the
there be
middle
a
of the
fire
night.
drill or anything, I will always be very well turned out. So they are going to get their first official event use this weekend. So that's all. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really great spending time with
Do
you.
check out the video for how to put the curve in your bias binding. Like I said, link below, and we'll catch up with you soon. All right.
Okay. Bye.